The Sycamore School of Malibu joined forces with the nonprofit organization Shine On Sierra Leone to create a unique and powerful cultural exchange program between our kids here and their kids there. The founder and executive director of Shine On Sierra Leone, Tiffany Persons, as well as the principal of the Sycamore School, Ted Wakeman, both are here. Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you?
What a wonderful partnership and an integral part of cultural relations to bring to young people. Why did you do this?
Wow, good question. We were fortunate enough to kind of discover Tiffany through one of our funders. And in learning about the school in Sierra Leone, Muddy Lotus, and in talking to Tiffany about what she was after, it seemed like a great opportunity for us to really give our kids, a perspective on the human condition, to give them an opportunity to think outside themselves about what are, if our goal as educators is to help students to take others' perspectives, to understand the impact of decision making, then it's important that they actually have that opportunity to understand the human condition outside of themselves.
So, and for you, Tiffany, tell me about the school there. Tell me about the kids. Tell me about all of that.
Well, this is a dream come true for me. I've always wanted to connect our students. We have a primary school of 300 students. Young people who live in the middle of a diamond mining community in Sierra Leone. Which is West Africa, and it's quite remote. It's about 6 hours outside of Freetown, which is the main city, which is on the coast. And so these beautiful young children, they live in an area where there's no electricity and just not many things to connect them to the rest of the world. And so we had this idea. This is before we didn't have internet, digital literacy projects or program or anything. We said, well, what if we could connect them to children around the world so that they can learn about them and to share their own stories with them? How incredible would that be?
And tell me what it has done for the kids there. Tell me what that connection to the outside world has become for them.
We can both tell you incredible stories of how it has expanded our young people and their minds. And what's really exciting is that they have also new perspectives, because when you grow up in a place like Sierra Leone, life is simply what it is. This is life. These are the religions. This is what we do.
Work. Right.
Yeah. And when you think of other things, those other things can be scary. Right? So when you learn about new ways of being, new ways of living at such a young age, it allows you to embrace and to be open and understand that there's a lot of different things in this world, and they can all be beautiful.
And for you, tell me about what your kids, your kids are elementary school, so what did they say? And they're living in Malibu.
They're living in Malibu,
sheltered, right? Tell me about that.
That was really an important part of the sort of direction that we took in doing this is, our kids live in Malibu. Most of them come from homes where there's a ton of resources, and not just financially, but educationally. And when we think about, I taught for a long time in the inner city, and these kids went home to educational deserts where the parents, their level of education was maybe third grade, fourth grade, language barriers, so on and so forth. So our kids come from a nice place, and for them to be able to really take into account what does it mean for students around the world? What does it mean for students in Sierra Leone who are my age and are just like me, but living in different conditions? And it's not about better or worse. We were very careful to make sure this wasn't rich white kids helping, kids in Africa.
Or even giving back.
Or just, And so we took the slant of students helping students, thinking about other people, thinking about other kids. And so we had them do some digging into their own. When we found out that in Sierra Leone, it costs.
So for our students to receive an education that is really truly unlike any other education in Sierra Leone. It's a holistic education. For them to receive a hot daily organic lunch of bone broth soup, moringa, fresh moringa. This is good stuff, right? And also to have an on-site health clinic. It's $402, $350 at some points per student.
Can I say that? A year? That's it?
A year.
Wow.
So that's food, healthcare, and education.
So this school then helps. Do you guys raise money?
So what we decided to do was we said, let's start with, again, perspective taking.
Right.
Let's not just go, okay, we're going to put out a thing and the parents are going to
write a check and that's it.
Yeah,
let's not do
right.
that. Let's have our kids actually take some initiative and be a part of this, have autonomy and agency in this, in this process. So the first thing we did is we just asked them a question. We said, how much does it cost to feed you for a year? And for us as a school who cares very much about a different approach to education, for us mathematically even, not to mention socially and everything else, but just mathematically it's a really interesting pursuit to try to go about that. We didn't say, oh, a typical meal costs $8 or we didn't make it a worksheet. We just said, how much does it cost to feed you? And the kids dug in and they asked really interesting questions. And through that, they found out that, even at the Ralph's in Malibu, a can of soup, the same exact can of soup, costs more than it did, say, in South Central Los Angeles or, someplace that was 30 minutes away.
So they're learning something new. They're learning about the realities of life, and they're also sharing and helping and learning from other people of other cultures. It is a great program. So I want to thank you both for coming in and talking a little bit about it. We'll put more about the school and your organization on Beyond.tv so everybody can get involved. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
Thank you, both of you.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.